Are you subconsciously sabotaging your future by holding on to the past? Many of us may not even be aware that we may be unconsciously sabotaging our own destiny. Our attachment with our past is like holding on to the treasures of life within the sacred locker of our memories. Subconsciously, we are conveying to the universe, look how much I value and treasure my painful memories. Look at my resilience, that despite all odds, I stubbornly refuse to let go of my past hurts, my past resentments. I choose not to forgive and let go those who I see as having done wrong to me. These memories are the most precious treasures of my lifetime, and I am even willing to embrace a gloomy future rather than giving up the treasures of my past. Well, most of us may not admit to this revelation, but think over. Are we not consciously or unconsciously doing all this despite knowing its consequences? So in this video, we shall learn first, why do we unconsciously keep clinging to our past? Secondly, how is it sabotaging the realization of our dreams? And third, how can we let go of our past to make way for a brighter future? Do you realize how vicious is the grip of ignorance on us, that we fail to see the light of true knowledge and we continue to live in the dungeon of pain and suffering? Do you realize how hard it is to let go of our attachment with our past? That is the magnitude of the strong grip we are under our ahankara or the ego self. Our ego fiercely resists any effort on our part to dismantle any structure that threatens its identity. Our past is our identity, both good and bad, and our ego self has a tendency to protect it at all cost, even to the extent of annihilation of our existence on this planet. It is prepared to die for upholding its identity. That is the one single reason why most of us have subconsciously chosen to let our past sabotage our future. We shall be going really deep into this video, into why it is so difficult to move out of the clutches of our ego and how we can weaken these influences to build a brighter future for ourselves. So, if you have not subscribed till now, I suggest you to subscribe to this channel so that you do not miss out on the forthcoming videos in this series. But before we start, let us pray to Lord Ganpati for all of us. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. I call upon the lineage of my gurus to bless me. My heartfelt thanks to my guru for choosing me as a medium to express himself. Om Ram Shri Nityanandaye Namaha. Om Ram Shri Shaligram Sharmaye Namaha. Om Ram Shri Kanaiyalal Sharmaye Namaha. Om Shri Guruve Namaha. When we allow ourselves to waste our present moment on past memories, we forego the opportunity to create an illustrious future in the present moment. Maneva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo bandhyaye vishaya sango muktaye nirvishayam manaha. Mind is the reason for man's bondage and salvation. When the mind is attached with senses, it is the cause of bondage. And when it is detached from the senses, the mind is the cause of salvation. Our mind comprises of four functions. The first is manas, which is the sensory or the processing mind. The second is chitta, that is the storehouse of impressions. The third is ahankara, that is the I maker or our ego consciousness. And fourth is buddhi, which knows, which decides, which judges, and which discriminates. So our indriyas or our sense organs, they collect the stimuli from the outside world and they feed it to the mind continuously. The sensations of whatever we see, we hear, we touch, we smell, they are all conveyed to our manas. Our indriyas are designed to get lured by the glitter of the world. And if we do not exercise a conscious choice to reorient the mind inwards, away from the sense object, it will continue to get drawn towards grosser objects. Bhagwan Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Bandhuratmat manastasya yenat maivat manah jitah anat manastu shatrutve varte tatmaiva shatruvat. That is, mind is a friend for those who have conquered it, but it becomes an enemy for those who have failed to control it. The biggest enemies of lust, of anger, of greed, of jealousy are all within our own mind. These internal enemies of kama, of krodha, lobha, moha, they are even more dangerous than our outside enemies. How many of us are able to realize that this is a much bigger disease than any of our physical illnesses? How many times have we caught ourselves saying, I cannot forgive that person for the magnitude of hurt that he caused me? Our hatred, our negative thoughts, which we carry for years and years on, do more damage to us than to the object of our hatred. It is like we are ignorantly drinking poison and hoping for the other person to die. Jnana Vijnana Traptatma Kutastho Vijitendriya Yukta Yat Yuchyate Yogi Samloshtashm Kanchana. That is, one who uses knowledge and discrimination and has conquered his senses remains undisturbed in all his circumstances. For him, whether it is gold, that is Kanchana, or it is a stone, both are the same. That this means that through jnana, that is the knowledge from external sources, and vijnana, which means wisdom from our inner awakening, one can have control over his senses. Vijitendriya. So the same mind can become our best friend if we bring it under control of the intellect, of our buddhi, through spiritual practices. Intellect or buddhi is the key decision maker out of the four functions of our mind. Our manas is only like a supervisor in a factory of life, and it only directs the 10 senses or the indriyas. But buddhi is the boss if we use it. Manas is a good servant but a very bad master. If buddhi is clouded, then manas takes orders from the ahankara, which forms a partnership with chitta or the memory bank, causing the memories to be clished. So, what is the solution? How can we control the mind? So, there are a lot many things which we can do to control our mind. The first thing to do is unclouding of buddhi. It is the most important task. Often, buddhi is clouded by the coloring and impressions in our chitta. So, how do we uncloud buddhi? It happens by removing the clouds of spiritual ignorance, avidya, that are blocking the wisdom of buddhi. When we consider ourselves as separate identity, we are under the sway of ahankara. But when we realize that we are the same consciousness, separation is just an illusion, then we start empowering buddhi, which knows, which decides, which judges, and which discriminates. The second thing we can do is start listening to buddhi rather than to our sense longings. The problem comes when we stop listening to our intellect and we instead fall prey to the tricks of the mind. For example, your intellect tells you not to waste too much of your time on your Facebook or WhatsApp. But we choose to ignore the voice of intellect and we give in to our sense attraction. When a doctor prescribes a daily morning walk to get rid of the disease, how often we neglect the doctor's advice and give in to the cravings of our comfort and our lethargy? Every time we are ignoring the voice of intellect and we are giving in to the distractions of mind, we are sabotaging our own life. And then we keep complaining about people, situations, circumstances for our inability to achieve our goals in life. The third thing that you can do is to remove associations between the chitta and ahankara. You must internally observe what thoughts and what emotions are colored by our attractions and aversions. For example, when some event ignites an emotion of hatred towards someone, watch the coloring of aversion. Here, ego has combined with a past memory of aversion to cause the present feeling of hatred. If you are able to disassociate the ego from the past memory, you may be presented a better choice to react in the present moment. The fourth thing that you can do is making the positive aspect of ego stronger. When we de-link chitta from ego, the positive aspect of ego becomes stronger. The positive ego results in greater sankalpa shakti, which is the shakti of determination. It is that strong commitment of the spiritual journey that says, I can do it, I will do it, and I have to do it. The fifth thing that you can do is practice aparigraha, that is non-possession. Maharshi Patanjali says, aparigraha sthairye janma kathanta sambodha. That is the practice of non-covetousness or non-possession, that is aparigraha, contains within it the knowledge concerning the goal of our earthly life. Parigraha means taking possession or holding things, and aparigraha is the negation of parigraha, which means not taking possession of things. When someone no longer desires to have possession, he frees himself from the material world. Maharshi Patanjali says that when aparigraha is established, one gets awareness of the past life events. One aspect of aparigraha is non-attachment. Attachment gives rise to feeling of mindness, which strengthens our ego consciousness. Thus, in one sense, aparigraha is dispassion and desirelessness. It is also the absence of greed as well as jealousy, because greed gives rise to jealousy. Aparigraha also means letting go. If you do not breathe out, how will you take in the next fresh breath in? If we hold the breath for long inside us, it will choke us. Same is with all the things in life. They nourish us till the time we don't get attached to them. The more we remain attached to our old beliefs, to our memories, to our fears, to our angers, and to our guilts, They keep disturbing our minds with expectations, with opinions, with criticism, with disappointments. So it happens because we forget to trust life, exhale, and to let go. Non-attachment does not mean that we should not enjoy the pleasures and joy of life. In fact, non-attachment frees us to be immersed in appreciation of life and of one another. Aparigraha is asking us to let go of the attachment to the things, not the enjoyment of the things itself. Letting go of the ownership opens up to full engagement with the present moment. The practice of aparigraha inspires forgiveness and letting go and brings so much of healing. Forgiveness heals your wounds, whereas non-forgiveness only keeps them open and bleeding. See a mistake as just a mistake, not yours, not mine. Clear the space between you and the other. Forget, forgive, move on, and become the light and love that you are. The lesser the baggage we carry with us, the more we are free to enjoy every moment of our life. The more we generously share and give out, the more expansive and light we become. And that's how we make the journey of our bright future so much more comfortable and pleasurable. I am your brother guide to prosperity, and my mission is to help you realize the dreams of your life and help you achieve something worthwhile in life for which your family, your parents, and your children can be proud of. We'll see you in my next video.